Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Crispy Bacon here, and welcome to Coast Entertainment Network. No, you're not hearing voices inside your head. I am here with Dragon Viper. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Ready to talk wrestling for the night.
Yeah, it's going to be a Thanksgiving night tradition of Survivor Series. You know, we had an anticipated, I guess, somewhat mention of a return, but not really a return. But it was somebody who's been gone for what? I think they said 18 months. We're
Yeah,
talking
something
about
like that.
We're talking Randy Orton, which was interesting because in that arena at the location, that's where he had his last match to the day, I think they said. So it was kind of special. They announced it at that location on that day. But we're going to have to wait to see him, actually see him come Saturday. How do you think that's going to go with the Survivor Series matchup
I think with
for
his
War Games?
return, with his return,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be incredible. You know, I'm looking forward to it, and I really wasn't at first, but Monday Night Raw last night just made things so much better when I heard about Randy Orton returning, and they even announced it, so it's not even a rumor anymore. It's actually true.
Mhm.
So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to look forward to Saturday to watch the Survivor Series, and I'm excited to see my guy, Mr. Randy Orton. So
Yeah, I mean, he did, as Cody said, he did have a legacy, and he mentioned pretty much all of his different factions and groups that he was with along the way. But we'll probably we'll go back to that matchup in a little bit. Uh, or yeah, we'll go to it here in a little bit. First matchup, looking at the card, it's the IC title, Intercontinental Championship. Gunther and The Miz. They've been kind of building this up for a while. Miz is going on his 7th title run, or looking for his 7th title run for the IC.
yeah, I believe so. I've lost count because I don't even really pay attention to Miz. So,
I
but I
don't either.
believe that it is his. I'm not a big fan of his.
You're not.
But I think I think it could be 7. But
And Gunther's.
I'm actually
Go ahead.
sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
Very good. I was going to say, and Gunther's looking to continue that reign. Do you think he can do it?
Depends on if they're trying to shove Gunther down our throats still. Because that's how I feel. I don't like Gunther. I think he was the wrong guy to beat the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental Championship, longest reign ever. And so unless they're trying to continue shove Gunther down our throats, I think the Miz will possibly win it. But now that I'm remembering, I did see something on line earlier today, I believe, and they said that Gunther is trying his hardest to not give up that title. He doesn't. They want to have him drop the title so he could go for one of the major titles, and he's telling them no. So it depends on what his deal is, but
Yeah,
I
I
did
mean,
look it up, and the Miz has already been Intercontinental Champ 8 times, so it'll
oh,
be a nice time.
I think that I think at some point Gunther's going to lose it. Now, I know they've been kind of hinting that Imperium's going to kind of crumble.
It's
With
starting to
some
look
of the
like it.
yeah. So maybe because it's starting to crumble, maybe he's going to lose it. Lose the title. I don't mean lose his cool, but lose the title.
I think that's how he will lose it. I don't know if it will be at Survivor Series, but that I have a feeling that's how he will lose it, is because they are falling apart.
You said you didn't want Gunther to have the IC title originally. Who did you want it before him?
Oh man, I wanted Drew to have it. I wanted, because I like Drew McIntyre. I wanted, he's been champion for over 500 days. No, not 500 days, but he's been champion for a very long time, and so I would have liked to see Drew have it. I would. I mean, I don't even like LA Knight, but I think he would have made a better Intercontinental champion than Gunther. So yeah, I want to see him lose it.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I'm thinking the Miz might take this. Just the way the backstage stuff has been going on. I think it's starting to get to Gunther, and that's probably how things are gonna happen.
No, it's between that and what I read, that he is refusing to give it up. So I don't know, and the fact that again is WWE trying to continue to shove Gunther down our throats as him being Intercontinental champ. So I guess we'll have to see on Saturday.
I guess so. Uh, uh John Holder saying hi, and
Hi,
he's
John.
also saying hi, Randy. So next match we have is Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark for the Women's World Championship. This was determined by a women's Royal, not Royal Rumble, but a Rumble.
Battle Royal.
Yeah, and a couple weeks ago, shortly after Crown Jewel, and Zoe Stark won that one. So who do you think is going to win this one?
And I have to go with Rhea. I think Rhea is tougher. I think she's more athletic, and she's actually making a good champion. So I don't think it's time for Zoe to win it yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to go with Rhea on this one.
It's kind of almost the same thing with what's going on with Gunther, in that there's dysfunction in the Judgment Day. You added temporarily Drew McIntyre, but you also added JD McDonough to the mix, and you have supposed uh, leader in Damian Priest. And they're not really communicating all that well. You think that's going to be a problem heading into the War Games match? I know Rhea's not in it, but
I don't. For one, I think putting JD in there was in not a smart move. I don't. I mean, I even thought putting Dominic in it was a terrible move too. But putting JD in it was kind of a terrible move on their part. I'm starting to see, if they don't crumble, I'm starting to see that there's a possibility that they're trying to, be like the NWO, and let's see how many people we can get into the group. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it couldn't. But I think JD was the wrong move.
Yeah.
We got Christy Wilson here. We're talking about the Rhea Ripley and Joey Stark matchup.
All right.
What's your
I
thoughts
thought
on that one? Do you think so?
my thought is I see Rhea retaining. I mean, Zoe is not bad, but she's not ready for something big like this. So I definitely see Rhea retaining, and who knows what role she'll play in the War Games match between her group and Team Cody later on.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work out. 'Cause it's two structures.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there. And
Yeah.
what are you thinking on Gunther and The Miz for the IC title?
I think the time is now. I mean, I think it's the Miz's time to win this, even though I think someone else should beat Gunther. Miz winning it makes sense, though.
Who do you think should beat Gunther if it's not Miz?
If it's not him,
Yeah.
I'm thinking I would go maybe. It's hard. It's just hard to think of anyone. Gunther's had that title for so long. It's like it feels like nobody can really beat him. If I had to take a total shot in the dark, if I had to take a total shot in the
Imperium's
dark here,
kind of crumbling.
I'm gonna, I mean, Imperium's crumbling, but if I had to take a real shot in the dark, I'm gonna randomly throw this out there. I would go Johnny Gargano, but I don't. He just got up to the main roster, so it doesn't make sense for him to go after someone like Gunther.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm. But I think
next we got a
Gargano's
singles
busy with
matchup. This has kind of been made last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say.
You're
I think
saying about
Gargano's
Gargano?
busy. Yeah, I was talking about Gargano. I think right now he's busy building DIY with Tommaso Ciampa. To maybe they'll eventually challenge for the tag team titles at some point in the future.
It could be soon. It could be next week.
It could be.
We'll get there in a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
What a match that was kind of made last minute. You have Carlito versus Santos Escobar in a singles match. Santos Escobar kind of left the LWO, kind of turned heel. Not kind of.
He did
turn heel.
He did.
And kind of took Rey Mysterio out. So how do you think that match is going to go? We're going to start with Christy.
I think that's going to go pretty well. I mean, if you saw Friday SmackDown, I mean, Santos is a full-on heel. Zelina Vega cried and slapped him in the face, and I think she and the two other gentlemen, I think, are siding with Rey Mysterio instead of with Santos Escobar. But Carlito, I think, is Team Rey. So if I had to pick, I mean, I know Santos is the heel, but I think Carlito would benefit from beating him. So I'll go Carlito. Get his spit in Santos' face because he's not cool.
What do you think, Dragon Viper?
I think it's going to be Carlito. He's got the experience behind him. He's got, he's got the fans mostly behind him. But I think experience is going to overall rule over this match. Plus, they want I guess revenge for Rey Mysterio. So I think Carlito's going to win it.
Carlito.
That should be an interesting matchup. I'm going with Carlito. There's also news of I think down in NXT bringing up I can't remember their names. They're a tag team.
Trying to think who that could be. I don't keep up with a lot of NXT.
Well, they're a former main roster. I'll have to look them up.
Yeah. I know they just brought in another young lady who has made appearances on the indie circuit and in an AEW, Maddie Rinkowski. She was seen at the Performance Center, and it's believed that she's signed a contract with WWE. Well, I heard she's very talented, very good.
They want to have Santos Escobar kind of run his own faction.
Oh, kind of like his own version of LWO. Okay. Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah.
Version 2.0, I guess.
Yeah, but I think with new members.
Yeah. Hey, that works. I guess. I don't know.
And then, right. I'll find the names here in a little bit, but and then you
by
have.
the way,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, by the way, Callan will talk about Dominic later because he
he
coming
already
up.
did.
Okay.
He already said it. He was the first comment, actually.
Yeah. I was gonna say too that we can bring up the match now.
Yeah.
One of the main events, probably the main event. You have Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton going up against the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and Drew McIntyre.
McDonough.
And they have the advantage. Judgment Day has the advantage.
Hasn't it always been if the heels have the advantage in Survivor Series, they are most likely to lose?
Yeah.
Not really, because
it's War Games.
I mean, but last year you had the Bloodline win it. And they were, except for Sami Zayn, but
right. Well, I mean, of course, they're the Bloodline, and they had Roman Reigns with them, of course. So that I think was too obvious.
Yeah.
But I know in the past, when they've done War Games in NXT, the heels have not always won. Because I think a few years ago, when Undisputed Era won the advantage, Team Ciampa managed to get the real advantage when they got Kevin Owens on their team for that War Games match, which I still look back on and I'm like, that still blows my mind even today.
I was going to say, wasn't that the one Kevin Owens appeared in? But you're
his old theme, his old Titantron, his old NXT gear. Loved it. It was still a fun match.
It would have been funny if somebody couldn't make it to War Games, and then you see Kevin Owens just show up. I could see that.
It could happen, but no, I think Randy Orton shown there.
How do you think this match?
Oh,
Go ahead, Chrissy. Sorry.
I was gonna say the pop Randy Orton is gonna get in Chicago when his music hits. Oh God, when he shows up, that roof is gonna blow right off the building. He's been gone for such a I can see it. Chris is having technical difficulties.
Yes,
but I think Randy Orton has been so missed. When he comes out, and I hear voices in my head. See you later.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be one of them.
Yeah, me too.
No, my thoughts, before Randy Orton was announced, I was having a hard time because I do like Judgment Day minus Dominic and JD,
Yeah.
mostly
Mhm.
Dominic.
Right.
But everybody knows that.
Of course.
But so I
Wait,
was
what?
having a hard time, because I'm like, got Seth Rollins on the team,
Mhm.
on that team, and you got Cody Rhodes, and then I
Mhm.
like Judgment Day, and I'm just like, I was having a hard time trying to figure out, which one I actually wanted to win. Then all of a sudden, that's when Cody announced, about on Raw about Randy Orton coming back on Saturday, and I'm just like, okay, I made my decision. That was easy. So,
So when I
yeah.
have a legacy win. There you go.
So, I mean, yeah, all the things he was saying led to Randy Orton, but the first thing he mentioned was about the legacy,
Mhm.
in his sentence. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh yeah, like there you go, Randy Orton.
Got it.
And then he kept going and going, and I'm like, yep. So
It's
like I
it's
said,
the Viper.
it's like I said at the first of the show tonight. I was like, I said I'm excited, and I knew it was Randy Orton. It's no longer a rumor. It's the truth. It's it's who it is. So I'm
Yep.
excited to see it, and I'm excited that I mean, Randy Orton. Come on, I'm a Randy Orton fan. So
He's the Viper. He's the apex predator. He's a
yeah, I mean,
legend.
I took his Viper from his and put it to my
Mhm.
name.
Oh, there you
So
go.
that's where I
What?
got Dragon Viper from.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing, and I'm definitely going for Cody's team.
Mhm.
Would you say he also had a evolution?
Evolution is a mystery.
Before we talk about the other War Games match, here's kind of the format of how it goes. It's kind of similar to if you watch AEW,
Mhm.
the Blood and Guts match.
I have. I
Um,
think the rules are pretty similar.
Yeah, two teams will start,
Mhm.
kind of inside shark cages.
Mhm.
First two people come out after 5 minutes.
Yep.
Another person will enter the match. This will happen every 2 minutes
Yep.
until everybody's in the in the matchup.
Let's get
That's
it
when it will
on.
start.
Mhm.
Pinfalls and submissions count. Do
Mhm.
not escape the cage because you'll get your team disqualified.
Mhm.
And then basically anything goes.
Yep. How much do you
Uh,
want to bet Cody climbs to the top of the cage and he does a moonsault on,
as
like,
long
say,
as you've done
Damian
it,
Priest, for example? I mean, he's not going to escape. He'll just go to the top and be like, ah, and then he'll go off.
and I find it interesting too that they're on commentary. They're like, yeah, pretty much the only two people that's done a War Games match is Jey Uso and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I know you can't
Bloodline.
say it, but Cody kind of has a feel for it.
Well, he has a connection to it because this was a concept his father had come up with many, many years ago.
Yeah,
So
but he was
Cody,
also
yeah,
part of
Cody,
Blood and Guts.
he was. No, actually,
I thought he was.
no. If I remember correctly, Cody has never been in this type of a match before, whether it's blood and guts or war games. But like I said, his dad,
Huh.
Dusty, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, came up with the concept for this match, and Cody's going to finally get a chance to be a part of it because I'm sure he wanted to at some point because his dad came up with it when Adam Pearson asked you if you saw the smile on Cody's face, you're like, yeah. He's like, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
so can I say something?
Yeah.
So I found the actual quote that Randy Orton that Cody Rhodes said last night to instigate Randy Orton showing up. I wanted to read it.
Okay.
So
Sure.
for people who didn't watch Raw, I wanted to read this. But Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes quote was, "I'm so glad that you guys have got the advantage. I'm so glad you have a star at the caliber level of a Drew McIntyre with you, because we're not alone. We found a fifth member. somebody that I have a legacy with.
Bingo.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Why are you looking at me that way? You're looking at me like we're prey. Did you not know with us is the apex predator? Matter of fact, I think all these people know who it is too.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. You're not just hearing voices inside your head because these people here tonight, they're right. Because the fans were also chanting Randy Orton. So,
I heard it. It was
but
awesome.
yeah, it was awesome. And,
It was
you know,
so
so
awesome.
I had to read that quote off because I
Ah.
thought it was amazing.
Yeah, Cody just dropped every hint imaginable, indicating it's Randy Orton. And it's a good thing if Randy was there, he didn't show up because you really want to save that for Survivor
Yep.
Series, and we want that moment of him coming out to be very special.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to
That was a
be,
good promo.
and I think they're saving it for somebody else. We'll get to
Yes.
that in a minute.
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
And maybe a potential rematch that could be
Oh, okay.
added. I think could be added.
It could be.
Yeah, and then the final match, probably to start the night off.
Mhm.
You got Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch,
Mhm.
who was added last week.
Yep.
Going up against Damage Control, a new format of Damage Control, in
Mhm.
Bailey, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane.
Right.
But I believe they added Asuka.
I was surprised by
they
that,
did
but
yeah.
yeah.
So
think-
we'll start with you. Who do you think is going to win this matchup?
With who? Me?
It can be Randy.
Well,
Yeah, I'll go. I'll let Dragon Viper go first.
you know,
You-
yeah, I'm sitting here watching, or not watching, but looking at the list of people that you had listed on
Mhm.
that in that match, and the only person I even like in that match is Becky Lynch.
Me too.
Everybody else, I'm not really fond of. I mean, I guess fond isn't the word. I don't really like. And I know Brandon's going to have a heyday with that because of the fact that, you know, I have a small list of people who I like.
Mhm.
But yeah, if I have to choose one or the other, I'm man, I'm
Mhm.
gonna go with the lesser of two evils. I'm going for Damage Control. Bailey, Asuka, Io Sky, and
Mhm.
Kairi Sane.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I like Kairi a little bit and Bailey, but I like Becky Lynch more. I just don't like Charlotte or Bianca because their egos. I'm surprised they're even on a team together. I'm going with Damage Control on this one.
Christy?
As much as I'm probably the biggest Becky fan here out of everybody, I don't like her
Mhm.
and Charlotte together on this team. I don't know if they've put their off-camera personal issues on the back burner or anything like that. I like Bianca. This really gives Shotzi something to do. Maybe she'll shine in this match, but I'm with Dragon Viper. I'm going to go with the lesser of two
Right.
evils. I'm going to go Damage Control, and I think regardless of win or loss, I think Bailey's going to get booted from this group.
I think so too.
Yeah, because I don't think it matters if Damage Control wins or loses. Bailey's out. She just does not fit into what this group is, especially with Io and Asuka and Kairi. I think they might keep Dakota Kai there because she probably will not, from what I've heard, she won't be medically cleared to get back in the ring until February, after, maybe around Elimination Chamber time. We'll see what happens.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I'm going with Team Bianca only because of like you said that they want to try to, or not try, but they want to turn on Bailey.
Damage control,
Um,
turn on Bailey.
And
Yeah.
I feel like by having a loss, that can make it easier.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking damage control can turn on I can't remember the person's name you mentioned.
Dakota Kai.
Not Bailey, but
Dakota
yeah.
Kai. Yeah,
I feel like they
Dakota.
can turn on her when she's healthy.
But I think that will probably happen
When she's
later on
healthy,
once when she's healthy, because right now she's still not clear to compete. She can come out, cut a promo, be a cheerleader, but she cannot get in the ring. The doctors have advised her not to do that.
Right. And
I'm sure someone's going to use this as an excuse
which
to
makes her
stare
kind
at
of
her and be like, "Ooh, hello, mess around," if you're watching.
And I kind of it kind of makes her de facto leader for Dakota Kai.
Yeah, well, Dakota seems to mesh well with Kairi, Io, and Asuka. She just meshes in. She just fits in a lot better with those three than Bailey. Bailey just sticks out like a sore thumb.
Well, and what surprises me is the fact that Bailey is even part of it, because wasn't it Bailey that took out Kairi Sane before her contract ended or something like that?
That's
And
right.
Then Asuka was really upset and had a big feud with Bailey, and that was one of the reasons.
She did. Yep.
So it surprises me that Bailey's even in it, but it could be they could decide to go ahead and turn on her at War Games. But
I think especially Kairi, because she did tell Bailey, "I forgive you," but I think in her case it'll be, "I forgive you, but I have not forgotten what you did to me."
Yep.
Before I left for a period of time.
That's true. And what was interesting they mentioned, or maybe not mentioned, but what I saw was, I think Io Sky is the only wrestler, not male or female, I believe, that has competed in every War Games.
She has.
Whether it be NXT or on the main roster.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that.
And I think she's perfect for War Games. She could do that moonsault off the top of the cage, and it looks incredible when she does it. I mean, she just really lets loose when she's in a War Games match. She's really good at
it. And I also think that if there's time, I don't know if there will be, because the War Games matches take up a bunch of time.
It does.
Based on the rules. I feel like CM Punk's going to return.
Oh, God.
Although AEW's in Chicago tomorrow. So I don't know. But
yeah, I think it's for Dynamite. They're in Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think they're going to be in Chicago. They're going to announce the participants for their Continental Classic tournament that they just recently announced, where the finals are going to take place at their last pay-per-view of the year in Long Island, New York. They've already got 4 announced competitors. They just need to announce the last 8 spots.
So, I mean, he could show up there. He could show up at
I'm with you,
Survivor
Dragon Viper.
Series.
Eye roll. Ugh.
Yeah, absolute eye roll. Because CM Punk just he doesn't need to be in wrestling anymore. He causes too many problems backstage. He did in WWE, he did in AEW.
Yep.
He needs to be done at this point, because he can't seem to get along with people. And in order to be backstage, you have to get along with people. I mean, I kind of wish Undertaker was still there, because I know for a fact that CM Punk wouldn't cause any problems if Undertaker was in the back. So, but since he's not, I don't know why they. I mean, okay, and I hear Ace sitting there telling me it's because of the money. It's because of the money, and the draws. But besides that, I can't see why anybody would want to hire him if he's causing problems wherever he's at.
Yeah.
Besides the money and the draws, why would they even want CM Punk?
I don't know.
But just think about this too.
They don't need him there.
No, they don't.
They don't.
But also think about this too, that he's not even there yet, or maybe at all. We don't know. But people are
he
chanting
could be
his
sitting.
name.
Yeah, he could be sitting at home for all we know and be like, "Ha, suckers! You think I'm coming? You think I'm coming back? Ha ha! Whatever."
Well, it's a good thing he's not watching this show. Oh.
No, he could be. We just don't know it.
But people are chanting his name. People are going to events. They want to see him. They're hoping to see him. So it's drawing people in. They're drawing viewers. They're drawing people into seats.
Again,
It's a
Ace
good
would be sitting
marketing
here.
thing.
Again, Ace would be sitting here saying that it's because of the money and the draws. I get
And the
it, but
ratings,
the
yeah.
attitude is terrible.
Just ask Tony Khan, who fired him with cause after the BS at All In London.
Yeah.
Oh boy. If that is an indication, I mean, it's CM Punk, either he can't get along with people or he lets things trigger him to the point he reacts in a bad way. And I don't really think you need that in a locker room in a wrestling company at all.
Maybe having somebody like Orton there could, at this stage of his career, maybe can help trim that down. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
like the voice of reason.
I don't think Punk will listen.
No, I don't think he will either. If like Dragon Viper said, if it was the Undertaker, then yeah, Punk would probably listen because Undertaker commanded respect because he's such a strong presence and a strong influence.
I can see
Randy Orton. I mean, he's a very strong individual himself, and he's also earned respect and commands respect. But I don't know about whether Punk would listen to him or not.
I would like to see like Undertaker's like a counselor.
Ooh, oh boy.
Like you got anger management issues like Punk would have, and then you have to go see Undertaker.
Dr. Undertaker. Hi, I'm Dr. Undertaker. I'm your therapist for the day.
Sign me up.
But no, if Punk does return, I think at some point you're going to see a match with Shinsuke Nakamura. He's in something, but you could also see something with Jey Uso, I think.
Just because of the fact.
Go ahead.
Just because of the fact that Nakamura, is using the GTS, I don't think that Punk is going to go after him. I don't think he even cares.
There's one wrestler overseas, Kenta, who uses the GTS. Punk's not going to come back and go after him.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I'm sure they'll set up something for Shinsuke, but I don't think Punk's going to get involved.
Well, I'm saying down the line, maybe not at War Games, but
no,
maybe on a Raw or SmackDown.
Ever? No. I don't know. I think Punk coming back would kind of ruin the excitement for Survivor Series because of the
in other wrestling
matches.
News, John Cena had.
Yeah.
Chris, you're delaying, dude.
You were delaying again. He was talking about. You mentioned John Cena. I did the hand motion.
My bad.
You can't see him. Oh,
see,
Lord.
No.
Uh-oh. All right.
Yeah.
I wonder if
he had
trying to mention Cena is okay.
Yeah, I think over the week. So.
Okay. I think he's trying to say is I think John Cena underwent surgery recently and is out of action. Yeah, he posed for a picture with his doctor, I think. Let me see if I can find the picture here real quick. See where you at? There we go. He has successful surgery on both of his arms.
Whether it's wrestling or
no, come back here. This is what I was referring to, by the way. That is John Cena shaking hands with his doctor. So yeah, he announced he had successful surgery on both of his arms. Okay. But yeah, we wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Oh my
I,
god.
that means he's going to be out of TV for a little while too.
For a while, yeah.
And
Think
and now
I think
that
we got
the strike is
actors.
over,
Yeah, he can. Yeah, but I think he's going to be out of action for the Peacemaker show, which I think he has to. He's going to be filming another season of it, so he's going to be out of action for that for a while.
I just know that he did mention that when the strike ended, he would be back to TV. So
Yeah.
he's done wrestling after this, even after the surgery.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up at like WrestleMania for some like I don't know segment, Dr. Thugonomics related thing to get a pop from the crowd or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I'm just waiting for The Rock to actually come back and do something.
Yeah.
But so far, nope. I don't think he will. I think he's done.
Yeah, I think he is.
I think he'll take his Hall of Fame award and then be like, "Oh no, I'm done. I'm all about movies now."
Yep.
Hypocrite.
Movies, television shows, hosting Wipeout, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
He'll be all about that. That's
And
for sure.
Chris is back.
He's back.
He's also doing a
Everything's-
talk show. Yep. He's also doing a
Ooh.
talk show. Yeah. Something about there's a story about somebody's car, or something like the meaning behind what they drive.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's titled "What Drives You."
Yeah, I mean, Cena is from what I've seen, he's a big car enthusiast. He has a really huge collection of cars. Some of them, like the common vehicle, to probably the most rarest vehicles you can find, including the most limited edition vehicles. Like some of them, like 5,000 models of this like truck were made, and Cena has one of them.
Yeah, I have a DVD. I have a DVD of his collection that he talks about of all his cars that he's got.
Yeah. Well, when he was dating one of the Bella twins and they had a YouTube channel, he used to do a little show showcasing some of the vehicles that he had, including the car he got for Nikki, which was a rare vehicle. So, in some of his vehicles, I mean, I was like, wow, some of his vehicles are incredible.
Yeah, they are.
You never seen anything like them before.
You good, Chris?
That should be. Yeah, I'm here. That should be an interesting show, I think.
Yeah.
He's not.
John Cena and his cars.
Let's see. Triple H discloses WWE's involvement with the Iron Man film, Iron Claw film.
Oh, and the Von Erich family, yeah. Let's see, the Von Erichs. Yeah, I think I
heard that movie's pretty good.
I've heard it too, yeah. And ironically, let's take a look. The Von Erichs. Here we go. I think it's only two members of the Von Erichs are wrestling. I think it's Marshall and Ross Van Erich are currently wrestling in Major League Wrestling. Another member of the family, Lacey Von Erich, was also a wrestler. I think my husband found an old episode of Celebrity Family Feud featuring Impact wrestlers, and Lacey was part of the Knockouts team.
Yeah, she was.
She was. Yeah, I had seen that, and I was like, ooh.
I remember watching her wrestle on TNA Impact.
Yeah. So it's Marshall and Ross Van Erich are the only two in the Von Erich family who are currently active in professional wrestling. So they're former Major League Wrestling World Tag Team
still carries on.
Yeah, there they are. Marshall and Ross Van Erich. Yeah. So hold on, I'll be
Whose
right back.
name still lives on? Okay. So, what do you think of Road Dogg commentating on SmackDown? I had to think of my shows for a second.
Actually, I did miss SmackDown.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had things to do, and then I was on a show, so, I mean,
Uh,
I missed SmackDown, so I didn't know Road Dogg actually was on there.
yeah,
I
he
saw some
was
clips on social
commentating.
media. I heard it.
He was commentating for Corey Graves, who him and
Oh, yeah,
Carmella had
well,
their baby,
yep,
Yeah,
they
baby
they had
boy.
a baby.
Yep. So he's on, but
and they
so
just
Graves is on paternity leave right now.
and they've been
Him and
doing
Carmella.
fill-ins.
Little
Yep.
baby boy.
So they've been putting in fill-ins for that
Mm-hmm.
spot. One week they
Nice.
had Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm. And then he got suspended because someone decided to mess with him, and he decided to mess with them back.
Hmm.
And he was
Yep.
warned not to. It's like, now don't start. Now don't start anything.
And somebody gave him a telestrator.
Yep. You went nuts.
Yeah.
I watched a little
let's
bit
see.
of it. I thought it was funny.
I thought it
Road
was
Dogg
good.
on there. He knows what he's talking about. He's been doing this for years. He knows wrestling very well.
So I guess they're doing a ECW documentary.
Ooh. Hmm. Is it gonna be on?
I've
Is it
never
gonna be
heard of
on
that.
like Extreme Championship Wrestling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about how it started and how it just
Mhm.
kind of fell
The
flat.
franchise Shane Douglas cut a promo, and it changed everything.
And I remember that because they went, and it was 1999 on TNN, where they went and had ECW special type thing, and
Mhm.
that's one of the things that they did was show Shane Douglas's promo of changing the
Mhm.
NWA title into the ECW title,
Right.
and brought up that ECW is now Extreme Championship Wrestling. So
Yeah.
I do remember that promo, and every once in a while I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the summer of '99.
Mhm. And then they're mentioning like Paul Heyman, Tommy Dreamer, Raven, Taz, the Human Suplex Machine. All these wrestlers that came in. Some of them. There's some current, some that now they're starting ECW. I think Lita started her career, pro wrestling career in ECW. I think as a valet before she got into the ring and got to show what she's really all about.
Yeah.
There's a lot I didn't know about it, and I had to watch 2 ECW specials just to get an idea of what it was all about on Peacock. So, is this documentary going to be like on Peacock or Hulu or
I
Amazon Prime Video or Netflix?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'm
I just
assuming
thought I'd ask.
Peacock.
Yeah,
I
I
would.
think WWE owns ECW's library, and they
Yep.
still have Paul Heyman on working for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So with a few minutes left, in Survivor Series coming up this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
what is the one moment from Survivor Series that you remember or was iconic, or
Mm-hmm.
what was the best moment? Dragon Viper?
Oh, of course you'd pick me first. The best moment in Survivor Series?
Yeah. Or
Oh,
iconic, or
Yeah.
oh, Bay. I guess the the whole I've had several. I can't really choose one, but I am going to. The whole thing between the Alliance and WWF back then,
Mm.
I thought that was, in my opinion, one of the most iconic matches in Survivor Series history, and I continue to watch it, every once in a while because I actually like it. So if I had to choose one, that's the one I choose.
Chrissy?
I'm thinking 2014 Survivor Series, Team Cena versus the Authority, and it looks like Triple H, Stephanie, and the Authority are going to win when Sting comes out
Yep.
and helps Team Cena win, thus setting up that storyline between him and Triple H that would result in them facing off against each other at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's Sting. Well, they were missing Tony Schiavone saying that. It's Sting!
People online were, or not people, but like different outlets were like, who would you like to see return for Survivor Series? And somebody put Sting, and then in the comments, somebody put, it's Sting.
Yeah. The only way to get that to happen, you get Tony Schiavone in there and you hear his music and then you hear him say, "It's Sting!" Just get
No, I
Schiavone
mean,
in there and you're set.
One moment I remember, I think it was 2012, The Shield.
Oh, they debuted at Survivor Series.
Yep,
I remember
they did.
that. World
Yep.
title match, I think it was CM Punk, Ryback. No, who was the
Yep.
third guy?
I think it was a
Then it was a
TLC
triple-
match.
No, it wasn't. No, it was a world championship match, I think. It was CM Punk, Ryback. I'm trying to remember. I know it was a triple threat, but Punk won because they took Ryback, as if Shield took Ryback out of the equation and put him through the announce table.
I'm trying to remember who
Yeah.
that third person
Come here.
was. I watched
on.
it recently.
Come on.
Oh,
Crazy cat.
It was CM Punk who
Mhm.
was the champion in
Yep.
triple
Yeah.
threat match against John Cena and Ryback,
There we go.
John Cena.
There we go.
and
I
they
think-
helped CM Punk retain the title.
Yeah, by putting Ryback through the
Was-
announce table.
well, at this point, or maybe it was, and I
When
think
the,
that was
Sting,
a couple
the Shield
pay-per-views
came out in
before.
turtlenecks. Oh boy.
I remember. I think Ryback was going to win that, but
He was,
before
and that's
was.
why the Shield came out of nowhere and just started beating up on Ryback because they knew he was probably the one who was most likely gonna beat Punk and pin him for the championship.
Yeah.
and
they
I
could-
think all
That's
that
how they
took place-
started.
and I think all that took place after Laurinaitis left.
That might have
Thank
been.
goodness.
People power.
No, don't start.
Sorry, I don't like Laurinaitis anyway. He seems like a creep. So
He has laryngitis. Sorry.
Uh,
God damn.
What is
I
he
would
doing
call him
now?
Mr. Laryngitis.
I have no idea. I think once the whole allegations against Vince McMahon got brought up and he got dragged into it, he left.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah, so
blame.
he's probably retired somewhere.
He didn't
in
jump
Florida.
to AEW yet.
No. Why the heck
Keyword,
would they want
yeah.
him? No.
Oh.
Just because his stepdaughter's husband is finishing up his career in AEW doesn't mean he has to be there. Bryan Danielson? Nope. Keep him away from
Huh.
AEW. I don't want him there.
I don't care either way.
Speaking of,
They
I
don't
don't-
need him.
I don't
Speaking of-
watch AEW enough.
I try to watch every week.
well,
I
I don't
love it.
wa-
I love it
Well,
that
speak-
much.
speaking of jumping from one to the other, Ronda Rousey.
Ugh.
She's kind
Yeah,
of
she's a-
AEW.
She was at an indie show, and one of the up-and-coming young female wrestling talents, Billy Starks, suplexed her almost on her head.
Yeah, she signed with Ring of Honor. She's in Ring of Honor. Good
saw that.
riddance.
Yeah. But
Yeah, the
but
thing is,
she's
Ring-
part of AEW, kinda.
Well, yeah, she's in Ring of Honor is owned by Tony Khan, who owns AEW. So I've heard it's a handshake deal. I saw the pictures online of her at Ring of Honor tapings. The thing is, Ring of Honor doesn't have a TV deal. You can only go to ringofhonor.com to pay for an Honor Club subscription to see regular Thursday Ring of Honor shows.
Wow.
Which I'm not willing to pay because I feel like I pay enough in entertainment as it is.
They
It's just me being honest.
They used to have a TV deal. That must have ended.
It must have.
Yeah, because I used to
Probably
watch
when-
Ring
I
of
think
Honor
they-
on
they-
TV.
well,
Yeah, go ahead.
I think a year or two ago they folded. Like Ring of Honor folded,
It did.
and then Tony
then,
Khan Bottom
It brought it back.
remade it. Yeah.
Yeah. And because AEW has such a large roster, Ring of Honor is the best place to take some of the talent that isn't getting properly utilized and have them go over there and show their stuff over there. Like
Well-
you got Athena, Ring of Honor Women's Champion there. I mean, I don't think she was going to get used much on AEW television, so Ring of Honor is a great place for her to be.
Well, Ronda Rousey being over there, good riddance. I'm glad to see her somewhere else.
Well, they've been taught. I've heard some talk that she might challenge Athena for that title. I'm just like, nope. I hope Athena beats Ronda because I see this setup for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship as Athena versus Billy Starks.
Yeah.
Billy Starks, one of the top young, like 18 years old, rising young stars in pro wrestling, along with a young 18-year-old gentleman named Nick Wayne, who's aligned with Christian Cage and Luchasaurus in AEW. I mean, the young wrestlers coming up, they are young, like barely out of high school.
Yeah.
Can't even go to a bar and drink yet. And they are good.
Probably good for them not to.
Yes, it's
Probably.
better just not to get involved in that sort of thing.
And then I guess one more piece of news is that rumored that Mickie James could go to WWE again.
She's already
She's
said
not-
no.
Nah, I mean,
Yeah, but she's also not like. Go ahead.
Ruling it out. I was going to
She-
say, I mean, the only reason she would do WWE is her husband, Nick Aldis, is there as the GM of SmackDown. But we've had actual real life couples work in different companies and they make their marriages work. Malachi Black and Zelina Vega.
Charlotte.
Jimmy Uso. Charlotte and Andrade. Jimmy Uso and Trinity. Trinity is an Indian.
Chelsea
Green and Matt Cardona. Yeah.
Yep.
Or Zack Ryder, if you want to call him that. I call him by his real name. I mean,
Right.
he works the indie circuit, and Chelsea Green runs around being a Karen in WWE television.
But
I saw
I'm
that.
going to consult with your manager. Jeez.
No,
in the
I read on an interview that she said she didn't. They offered her a position as co-manager, general
Mhm.
manager for SmackDown with her husband, and she said no. She said I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, good for her.
maybe at that time, but maybe things changed. I don't know. But
True.
I think she's leaving the door open. Maybe not right
Mhm.
now, but she's probably leaving
Yeah.
it open.
Yeah, I think
See how it
her
goes
impact.
over there.
Yeah, I think her impact in terms of Mickie James, I think her impact contract has expired because I think her last match was against Trinity or Naomi for the Knockout Women's Championship at one of the most recent pay-per-view events.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I hope you guys have a great evening. We're gonna get out of here. First off, final thoughts, Dragon Viper.
Oh, I had fun. I always have fun when I'm talking wrestling. There was a comment that hasn't been mentioned yet, but Jean Carlson, my mom, did say hi. So, just want to say hi to her. I got a couple coworker friends watching too, so hi to them.
Hello.
But anyway, you guys have everybody has a good night, and yeah.
Christy.
Oh, just great show tonight, and looking forward to Survivor Series on Saturday. It's going to be fun, and hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving.
That too. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Eat a lot of turkey, watch football, watch war games. Don't go to war.
Don't go to war.
Don't go to war, no.
Please don't go to war.
Hope everybody has a safe Thanksgiving, safe holiday weekend. And we'll be back next week to recap what went down on Survivor Series this year and see if anybody returns. Any other people return, I should say.
Right. That we're not talking
So,
about.
With that, have a great evening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Good night.